there's one sport that's standing up for the national anthem. NASCAR owners are siding with the president. They're threatening to fire any drivers who protest. NASCAR team owner Richard Childress says, quote, if you kneel for the national anthem, be prepared to board a Greyhound bus. And he also told the pit crew, anybody who works for me should respect the country we live in. So many people have given their lives for it. This is America. Then you got Hall of Fame driver Richard Petty joined in. He said anybody that doesn't stand up for the anthem ought to be out of the country, period. If they don't appreciate where they're at, what got them where they're at, the United States. To our political panel. Independent Women's Forum, Patrice Lee Onwuka is with me, and Democratic strategist Danielle McLaughlin. Both here. Ladies, so much to talk about. I hope you're sports fans like I am, because I am.
I am.
Yes. Yeah, so Patrice, okay, let's talk about NASCAR. Completely different response than most of the NFL owners gave.
Yeah, I mean, it was refreshing, actually, to hear from NASCAR that they are going to stand up for what is really important. These are two industries, two sports leagues that have tied their brand very closely to what is the American values and the American instruments. So, the national anthem, and the flag. And so you've got one on the NFL side who's like, protesters and players can do whatever they want. But you've got another saying, no, this is a symbol of the United States of unity, not division. And I think that was refreshing.
Yeah, and Trump said, quote, I'm so proud of NASCAR and its supporters and fans. They won't put up with disrespecting our country or a flag. They said it loud and clear. So do you think that the NFL should be doing the same, basically, with this?
I think the problem is that the president is taking a side, and we have First Amendment rights. These NFL players have First Amendment rights, which of course can be corralled by their employers. You can get fired for doing something that the NFL doesn't want you to do about it.
Sure.
They can't dance in the end zone, right? So there are already, restrictions on what an NFL player can do, but actually both on the field and off the field. But there is no place for the president to take a position on speech. We have our constitutional rights, our First Amendment, very precious first rights against government. So I think the problem here is that what Donald Trump is doing is exploiting a division, and I think there are sincerely held beliefs on both sides, and taking a side on speech. And we have those rights against him. I'm sorry, he's not on the sidelines anymore.
I have to say, she's got a point. No, she does have a point, Patrice, because look, we really weren't talking about Colin Kaepernick anymore, and then the president comes out on Friday and makes these remarks. I mean, there's a lot of people that had been defenders of President Trump said he kind of messed up with this.
I mean, I think that a lot of people would support what he said. Maybe they didn't agree with how he said it and some of the terms he used. But there are a lot of people who came out in support of the protest, in part because it's an anti-Trump resistance kind of dog whistle. So they're really not in support of criminal justice reform, which I think is really needed. And I think a lot of these players, I'm not sure how committed to the actual idea of policy reform they really are. I think a lot of them just are being opportunists, and they may have a financial gain behind this.
Glad you brought that up, because I actually spoke with Dallas Cowboys owner and general manager Jerry Jones. He says that players should not be protesting during the national anthem. Listen to what he told me.
Well, I do not think the place to express yourself in society is as we recognize the American flag and all the people that have made this great country, the very opportunity for us to be there in front of the nation. So that's not the place to do anything other than honor the flag and everybody that's given up a little for it.
So, Danielle, he made those comments to me last week, obviously before President Trump came out and made his comments on Friday. That's the last public comment that Jones has actually made about this. But he's been pretty clear. And I've had sources tell me, not him, but other sources say that he's gone to that locker room and said, you work for the Dallas Cowboys. We're Americans. We're proud to be Americans. Don't do it.
No, and that's absolutely his right to do it. We have Bob Kraft, for example, the Patriots, my team, who said, I had it in there, Super Bowl champions, who basically came out the opposite way and said, my players do incredible work in their communities. They're standing for social justice, and we stand with them. So, there are opinions on both sides. My point would be, this is not a debate that the president should be involved in, because he is really constitutionally prohibited from taking a side on speech. And this could be about religion. This could be about any number of other things. And I think it's a really dangerous precedent, even though it resonates with people. I understand that.
He opened up a firestorm, which I think we agree is it's become a problem. Well, I'll tell you what, Patrice and Danielle, thank you very much. We're going to see you both later on the show. And I have to remind everybody, the Cowboys are playing the Cardinals tonight. So we'll see if the Dallas Cowboys, any of them, take a knee. I have a feeling they're not going to, but we shall see.